Hello students, we are going to start the next chapter, current electricity. In our previous classes we already have studied about like what is the source of current. It is an electric cell, and what an electric cell is also we know. So it is having two terminals, a positive and a negative terminal. It is actually a source of current. We use it in our daily lives, in torch, in many other things we use it. And so what is an electric cell? It is actually a simple device in which electrical energy is derived from chemical reaction. We use it in many of our daily appliances like a simple torch and electric transistor or playing toys also we use it. So now we are going to proceed with the same in this class as well. We'll talk about current electricity in detail. We're going to talk about the source of current, and let's start with the basic one itself, which I was saying that we have studied. It is an electric cell, and we all know it has two terminals, a positive terminal and a negative terminal. Okay, we can see it on the slide as well. Fine. And if I combine two or more cells, what we get is actually a battery. Fine. Now we are going to talk about electric cell when it is there in an electric circuit. We all know, if this too we have studied, what happens is when an electric cell is connected or a battery is connected in an electric circuit, what happens, we can see a simple electric circuit right in front. What happens, the electron starts flowing from the negative terminal towards the positive terminal, and due to that the current starts flowing in the opposite direction, which is the positive, which is actually positive to negative. So here we need to know about these two things, that there are two types of current. One is the conventional current, actual current, which always flows from positive to negative, and the other one, that is the electronic current, which is actually due to the flow of electrons, and it always flows from negative to positive. We'll take each and everything what we're talking about in detail also in the chapter. Right now we'll consider the next, where we're going to talk about the first thing, that is the types of cells. So let's start with that now. Okay, so all of you please be ready so that you can jot down the notes. I've already sent you the slides or these notes. Okay, it is already there, so you can see it from there. So fine students, in the last I was discussing that we will talk now next as about the kinds of cells. So as we know, there are two types of cells. There are primary cells and secondary cells. These are the two types of cells. Okay, now we are going to talk in detail about each one of these. So let's talk about firstly the primary cells. These are what? These are the batteries that cannot be recharged or reused. Okay, so these are actually, basically we can say that these are use and throw kind of. Okay, these are use and throw type of cells. And next what we can talk about is, we can also say that these are having irreversible reactions, okay, within themselves. What does it mean? That why we are saying it is because it is linked with the previous point. In previous point we said that they cannot be recharged, because once that chemical reaction has taken place, that chemical energy which was stored inside a cell is converted into the electrical energy. No more that can be done, or it can be reversed. So that is why we are saying it is an irreversible reaction. And this point, the next also, we can say that it can be used only once, as we said that it is actually also, we can call it as use and throw type of cells. They cannot be recharged. They are simply, they get discarded once they are used entirely. The chemical energy stored in them gets converted into the electrical energy. They are used. Now let's talk about the next, that is secondary cell. Secondary cell are the ones that are like batteries that can be recharged and reused. These are not primary, like primary cell use and throw. So once we have used it, the complete chemical energy gets converted into the electric energy. Again, we can reverse the process and we can use it in future also. So the chemical reactions in these cells, secondary cells, are reversible. Okay, they can be recharged, we can say. They can be used more than once. That is the reason, because they can be recharged once the whole of the energy is used. Okay, so these are the ones that once get discharged can be recharged by us. Okay, now These are the cells that needs to be recharged before the use and are used in automobiles. The example of such kind of cells is lead acid accumulator, or we can say nickel iron accumulator, etc. These are comparatively the ones that provide high current as well as low current. The internal resistance, if I talk about of secondary cell, this is comparatively low if we compare it with the primary cells. At the same time, these cells are costly and heavy too. Okay, so now this is what we can do. We have to actually do a comparative study so we can see the difference between, and I want you all to write down the same way, tabular form, the difference between the primary and secondary cell, okay, which is already given to you. So we'll continue with the topic. Okay, so the next topic that we'll talk about is the current. Okay.